Good morning, Internet. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm out here in beautiful New Delhi. I mean, really hot New Delhi, by the way. But yeah, I recently went to Spiti on my motorcycle, and it was an amazing experience. Before I share everything with you, I just want to talk about the motorcycle. And also, a lot of you were asking how the new tires that I had installed before going there, how they performed. Most importantly, how Interceptor 650 performed in almost all the riding conditions imaginable. You cannot believe I rode in extreme heat when I started from here. I rode in decent weather, a cool environment, I would say. I rode in rain, which is normal, everybody did that. I rode in hailstorm and I rode in snow. It was amazing. So without further ado, let me show you the condition that the motorcycle is in, because mind you, it's been a week since I came back and I haven't really touched it. There she is. I know most of you would be like, hey Shri, you really keep your motorcycle really spick and spam. What the hell happened here? I just haven't washed it, but as you can see, yeah, that all will happen if you go on a trip, and that is completely okay. Nothing to worry about here. It's just some dirt which will come off very easily. So, starting with a couple of pointers. Yes, I changed the exhausts back to the OEM exhausts, which you need to, because OEM exhausts are sort of tested in almost all environment imaginable. So it's a good thing. Plus the emission norms as well. You never know when or how cops of the other states will react while seeing your aftermarket exhaust and all. Instead of just being scared of cops and then changing the exhaust, you need to do it because you're going to be taking your motorcycle to a higher altitude. And aftermarket parts will not last that long if you take them on that terrain. These one, they performed exceptionally well, and there is really no problems about it. So I had installed these back on, and plus I don't have the toolkit right now, otherwise I would have shown you. I also changed the high intake air filter plate. I removed that and I put the OEM snorkel air intake back on. These performed really well. I have to make a video on installation of YSS suspensions. I will do that in the future, because right now I'm really focused on showing you the 9-day journey that I had on this Spiti ride of mine. And also I removed the booster plug inside here. Not to forget, you also need to carry a spare clutch wire. Just in case of any mishap, you can easily pull it out and install the new one. So that always comes in handy. You need to carry spare clutch cables, and I know I have Outex kit installed in both the tires, front and rear. You still need to carry tubes of front and rear wheel. Also, you need to carry an inflator of some kind. So basically, bike was stock in terms of performance parts. Make sure, keep in mind that you are going to be doing serious off-roading. Serious off-roading, as you can see from here. Now, the tires that I installed, Timsun's, they are great. But they are great on tarmac, on road they are great. 60% of the time we were off-road. So even then they performed sort of okay. That is also on the rider, how you ride it, how you ride the motorcycle. But yes, these tires performed really well on tarmac, but not that much on the trails, because they're not meant and designed for riding on trails. So if you're planning to do a lot of off-roading, I would suggest get tires which are suited for off-roading, because these wouldn't suffice. I just took my motorcycle and I just left. I didn't even plan most of the gear that I would be taking. I had one pair of gloves and I took them and I just left. I didn't account for the sheer amount of cold that would be there, and so my friends Abhinav, Yudhvir and Yogesh were kind enough to give me spare. So don't make my rookie mistakes. I suck in planning. I mean, I've seen that, but next time hopefully it won't happen. Other than that, I would rate these tires, I mean, a solid 7 out of 10. Plus, you know, there was so much amount of off-road that there were so much vibrations that the headlight brackets that I had installed, they came off. I mean, the screw just unscrewed and it just went flying somewhere, and the headlight just sort of came down. So in the middle of nowhere, we had to stop, Abhinav and I. I mean, that's one experience that I'm not going to forget for a really long time. We just took out our toolkits and started installing it and started putting it back together. So, and keep in mind, these headlight brackets are from kspeed.net. They, number one, are not a perfect fit for the Interceptor. Number two, just to offset them, you have to sort of put it inwards. So if you see, the bolt is not here, it is from inside there. Let me show you. So the bolts are accessible from the other side, and that's really not practical. So, and also the entire headlight just came down. So it was vibrating so much that, yep, I couldn't help it. It just did. The other thing, the Hitchcock's USB thing. I mean, it has a sort of a decent rain cap, but while you're charging your phone or your GoPro or your equipments, it's sort of pointing up, and that's not very safe. So I'm pretty sure that this also has been damaged. I'll see how I can salvage it and put it back together and let you guys know if it really worked or not. The other thing, riding in snow. Now what happens is, you know exactly how the bike would perform on roads. Snow is a very different altogether. You need to ride really slow, plus you don't have I didn't have the appropriate tires for that sort of a terrain. So what happened was, I was crossing a bridge somewhere around Batal, I guess, and the bridge had some snow and it was raining heavily. So I thought there was a sort of like this on the bridge on both sides. So I thought the bike would go on this pavement. It would if it was road, but it was snow, so it didn't. It just hit it here, the front tire hit here, and because of snow it slipped and I fell again. As a result, that's the damage to the motorcycle. The brackets that I had installed, they got bent out of shape and come in contact with the instrument clusters. So, and it is now tilted. That's my loss, I know. So that's a lesson learned. And I wasn't really driving very fast on that road either. I was on maybe 10-15 kilometers per hour. So I didn't hurt myself, but I did hurt myself. So that's the thing. These are going to be coming off very soon. Not much damage to the motorcycle. Yes, it did fall on the exhaust only. I don't know if the exhausts are bent or not. They don't look bent. They look sort of okay to me. Now, while taking the motorcycle to the mountains, you do need a tail rack. This is by Zana. It'll cost you about 3,000 rupees. It's completely worth it. And I had a dry pack installed. I mean, I'll show you in the upcoming videos in the future how to install a dry pack and how to pack your luggage very nicely with that. I became a pro at the end of our trip on how to mount the luggage, and starting the trip I did not know how to mount it, and twice it happened that the dry pack sort of almost fell off the motorcycle, disbalancing the entire thing while you're going at speeds. But the bike is phenomenal. The bike is phenomenal. You can't go wrong with it. It is capable of handling anything that you throw at it. It's brilliant. And really, the engine performs smoothly. And also one more thing, if you would see that these small parts, these are caps which can just come off. As a result of excessive vibrations, ta-da! They do come off. Every 500 kilometers, make sure you lube your chain and clean your chain. So carry chain cleaner and lube, 1 can each, and a brush that you can clean it with, so that your chain doesn't give away. That's one thing. And I think I have covered pretty much everything. If I'm forgetting anything, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and answer each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm off to clean this motorcycle for good. Catch you guys later. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.